What's up, guys? This is Zombie. This is Boletarian Palace 1-2 Part 2, which is the next part from my last video where I showed you the beginning of this level and killing the red dragon, the optional boss. And I'm going to start out by running back and freeing the NPC. I don't know what his name is, honestly. I don't get too much into that, but if you saved him in the first Boletarian Palace 1-1, and then you run down in the beginning and you pick up an item and he talks to you and asks for your help again, and you have to run down this area to free him. And he's pretty well guarded, and it's very dark in this section of the tunnel, and they're all archers except for a few which are a pain in the butt. So you have to kind of go in there with a plan. Are you going to take a lot of damage and use a lot of your herbs, like I just did right there. But you go down there, you free him, and it continues his storyline through here if you care. And after you save him this point, he shows up in the Nexus and you can talk to him. The other thing I'm doing with this video that I haven't done is I ran this one fast enough that I can run it at real time. And honestly, I don't know, for people who are watching these, if you care if it's real time or you want it faster, honestly. Because this is 8 minutes and I could have doubled the speed up, which makes it a little hard to see the finer points, but it also gets it done in half the time. And like a lot of this running, I don't know, it may not be worthwhile. So I may end up switching back to a faster version of the videos. But after you kill the red dragon, assuming you did that, it's easy. You can go on the top of this battlements and kill these guys as you go, or you could go on the bottom. Really, it's your choice. If you're a melee character or you chose not to kill the red dragon, I would suggest going on the lower level, and further on I double back and run through the lower level backwards just so you could see it. But if you choose to go this way with the dragon, you have to time his strafes, and if you're one of those heavy, yeah, I got slapped down there, but if you're one of those heavy plate wearing classes and you run real slow, you're probably going to want to take that off so you can get across here in between the dragon strafes. And these guys that I'm fighting here actually all die. If the dragon strafes this, you left him alive, he'll kill most of these guys, so it's a little bit easier in that respect. This group does not get killed that I'm coming up to, so you have to do it yourself, and it can be a little tricky because there's a bunch of archers. You just have to time it, and it's pretty simple. This leads you to a second tower, which has some mobs in it and some items to pick up. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said in some earlier videos, I just am obliged to pick up every item I possibly can pick up. It bothers me to see something glowing and run away from it, and I'm the same way in World of Warcraft. There's people that don't loot lower level mobs, and I just loot everything. I don't know why. I guess I'm a loot whore. But now I'm going back down to the bottom, and to my right here as I come in, there's actually a vendor. I'm not going that way because I don't want to buy anything. I'm doubling backwards and to show you this area that you would have hit if you chose to go in the below section. And those dogs are a pain in the butt. You see them throughout the game in different places. I'm running back to see to pick something up. It just kills me not to. But I'll show you the vendor down here. And whack this guy. He's sitting right there at that glowing spot, and he sells basic stuff. But the last thing you get to in this section, if you come below it in the typical way, is the dogs. And there's just a couple mobs down here of standard sword guys. This one and one other one that you would run into otherwise. So it's not that hard, though the dogs can gang up on you, and if you're a light class with low hit points, a caster, it can be a little rough. But with that is both sections that lead up to the last section that takes you to the boss for the level. That being said, I was going to cover what I did. You may notice that I kill most of these mobs in 1 or 2 hits. I did level this thief character. I poured a bunch of soul points into dex and into vitality and endurance. I'm going to try and play mainly pouring points into those 2 things. And I did upgrade the weapon using a bunch of the stones that I picked up throughout, so it got a little easier. And at this point, too, is another battlements, ramparts crossing, and if you didn't kill the red dragon, he's going to strafe here, too. And he'll kill these mobs for you that I have to kill by hand, but since I killed him in the previous video, he's not bothering me now, which is good. And there are some things in Boletarian Palace 1.1 that I skipped in my video that you need to have the dragon killed to easily get at. And I may film that, I don't know if people really care. At the end of this rampart, you have one of the heavily armored guys here. You actually have 2. So be ready for those guys. They're simple. They're the same guys you faced a bunch now, and you should be able to easily handle them. It's a little tougher if you have the dragon in place, because you're going to run up here. You're going to have to roll up into the group to avoid the dragon, and you may aggro this guy with the group still alive, and so it gets a little tougher then. So be careful and just kind of plan it ahead. And as you roll up in here, you can see some arrows shooting down from some guys above me that further complicate it, but hell, that's what makes the game fun. Here's the second highly armored mob that you gotta face, and he's easy. But the portal up ahead is the last portal that you go through that brings you to Tower Boss. And that dude healed on me. That bothers the heck out of me. Dang noob. Alright, but there's one last area to clear, which is the tower above me, and I don't know why I turned around so much there, but lizard. Kill the lizard. Make sure he doesn't get away. If he scampers away, you have to load the zone again to get at him. But he drops some decent items, and you should plan on killing those guys whenever you see them. Though I always feel kind of bad because they just try and scamper away. Here's the 2 archers that were firing down on you as you approach the highly armored folks. And there's several items to loot up here, but this is really it. It leads you up to the tower boss, who I'm going to post as a separate video right after this, and I just have to go and kill him. But it's pretty easy. This one is really a continuation of the last Boletarian Palace 1.1. A lot of the same mobs, a lot of the same strategies, no real magic users, so it's pretty simple. That's it, and post the rest of the videos when I can. Thanks very much.